citizens of our great nation. It is now 8:05 p.m. Time for dusk to give way to darkness. But take heart. Though crimes will surely be committed this evening, evil shall not prevail. Greed, cruelty, lust, betrayal. When conscience fails, beware the voice from without.
You will be judged.
The voice of the Specter.
With my eyes glazed over in milky pus, I live in my mind. Not entirely a cruel punishment, I admit. And now, almost it seems, because I've merely imagined it, I am hurtling through a blue sky, above the same plane as Monsieur Jack Tollman, the man who took my sight and so much more. Marie!
Yes, Monsieur Chantelouve.
Describe every part of the cabin to me in detail. I want to savor each moment leading up to my revenge.
All right, let's see. There are 6 aisles upholstered in khaki-colored leather and a kind of pale peach tweed, brushed and fuzzy, almost exactly like a choir boy's. Oh, and stretch riveted by absolutely deadly-looking octagon studs.
Not that much detail, Marie.
Whatever. In the next aisle is a dirty old man with a student, female.
You know, Rita, if I realized you were going to spend this plane trip with your face turned away from me, I might not have given you the window seat.
I'm sorry, Dr. Lamarck. The wilderness down there is just so...
obscene with hoary fertility.
Well, I was gonna say, it's just, like, really nice. Like, it makes me feel peaceful, the green.
Yes, well, we could do far worse than to worship at nature's altar, Rita.
Yuck! He's staring right at her big...
Boobs like this, Professor, hold no interest for me, Marie. Come, what else do you see?
Oh, there's that reporter up on the left.
Who?
From the Herald.
You mean Miss Lucille Barnes?
I don't know about being sent to cover this symposium story, Patty. I'm better on the night rounds.
Oh, Miss Barnes, don't limit yourself. This is 1932. Women are on the forefront of science.
Right. Who else is testing all those appliances?
I suppose Monsieur Tollman is sitting next to her, eh, Marie?
Ready to emit one of his come-on lines, which are reputedly so clever, for which I could toss off one with childish ease, something like, speaking of science, look at my foreskin. Not quite. Yes, well, something else, then,
I'd invent an appliance for you any night, Miss Barnes.
Yes, exactly. Something stupidly clever like that. So where is he, Marie? Where is Jack Tollman?
Sitting next to you, he has been the whole trip.
Oh, I see. Or rather, I don't see.
Well, these khaki and peach-covered octagon riveted seats are just so big and comfy, I guess we hardly noticed each other, Chantelouve.
I'm sure the fact that, despite my fleshy bulk, I no longer have a right arm to brush against, or any legs, it adds to your sense of roominess, Monsieur Tollman.
I don't know. I think your portable lung machine there kind of makes up for it.
Ah, yes. Well, when one has had his body crushed twice by large seafaring vessels, sometimes one does come to require mechanical assistance with little things like breathing.
You're getting excited, Monsieur Chantelouve. That's a no-no.
Quick, turn the power off, Marie. That's better. But, of course, none of this is your fault, Monsieur Tollman. No, my nemesis is a ghostly figure in the dark who calls himself the Specter, not you. Then again, if you were the Specter, I should very much like to see what you would do in the next 30 seconds.
That's not much time. May I ask what's going to happen in the next 30 seconds?
This plane is going to blow up. That is, unless the Spectre arrives to work some wizardry. What are you doing?
Having a cigarette.
Did you hear what I said? In less than 30 seconds, this plane is going to blow up.
Well, then, I guess you don't have to worry about secondhand smoke.
Excuse me. I couldn't help but overhearing just now. Did someone say this plane was going to blow up?
That's right, Reverend.
Oh, well, in that case... Dear God in heaven, I confess, forgive me, but I swear that last time there was no physical contact.
What's going on?
God has judged us. We're all going to die.
Miss Barnes, did you hear that, Reverend? He says we're all going to die. What should we do?
Don't give him a donation, Patty. It'll only encourage him.
Rita!
Yes?
This plane, it can't crash. If it does, the world will be deprived of the greatest discovery of the century.
Dr. Lamarck, you mean the only copy of your research?
Is somewhere on my person.
Well, Monsieur Tollman, are you ready to confess that you are the Specter? I warn you, we have only moments until this plane explodes. Quick, Marie, turn up my mechanical lung to full power.
I can't.
Why not?
Mr. Tollman has the knob in his hand.
All right. You win, Monsieur Tollman. Deactivate this bomb, Marie, and cut this parachute strap from my chest. It's constricting me.
Now, which color button did I wire to be off? The fuchsia or the pink?
Must have been the pink. Fuchsia and pink are so similar.
Patty, look! That engine out on the wings in flames!
It is? Okay. Smile, Miss Barnes.
What are you snapping pictures for? I don't think they're going to make it to the front page of the Herald.
They're not for the Herald, Miss Barnes. They're for my dad. Ooh, he was a great barnstormer. He used to sit me on his lap and let me do the loop-de-loops, just like this one. Woo!
Loop-de-loops! Come with me!
Where are we going, Miss Barnes?
To the cockpit!
We'll return to episode 8 of The Specter, Forest for the Trees, after these commercial announcements.
Is the sweetheart you married the husband you expected him to be? Has the war created new problems for you in your marriage? To answer these and other personal problems brought in by our friends and neighbors, ARID presents John J. Anthony, founder of the famed Marital Relations Institute, in a brand new program of daily sessions of kindly and helpful advice. Just as Mr. Anthony, by examples in his studio, is helping thousands of men and women solve their personal problems, ARID, too, is helping thousands to solve the important personal problems of underarm perspiration.
Waiter! Bill, you ever seen such poor service? I'm gonna call a manager.
Take it easy, Walt. What's mostly wrong is your gout.
I'm sorry, Bill, but my digestion is so upset.
What you need for your poor digestion is something that works after nature's own order. Try Carter's Little Liver Pill.
Good advice.
We now return to episode 8 of The Specter, Forest for the Trees.
My head. Wait, that sound. The mating call of a speckled-beak popinjay. Where am I?
We're in the wilderness, Dr. Lamarck. Our plane, crash-landed.
Are there any other survivors?
Yeah, but it's awful. I think one poor man over there, lost both his arms and a leg.
Marie!
Yes, Monsieur Chanteloup.
My luck is changing. I appear to survive this crash completely unscathed. Tell me, where is Mr. Tollman? Remember, you are my eyes.
Mr. Tollman? Oh, he's lying right there in a large pool of blood.
He's bleeding to death. Wonderful.
Actually, you're hemorrhaging on him.
Oh, well, one must expect a few minor scratches after a cataclysmic drop from 30,000 feet. Quick, fashion me a tourniquet.
All right, survivors, listen up. My name is Lucy Barnes. We have a map here from what's left of the plane's cockpit. We're 200 miles from the nearest civilization.
Miss Barnes is right. It's a food stop. They make really good dairy slurps.
Thank you, Patty. Now, it's clear from this map that our best course of action is to just follow...
Just a moment, Miss Barnes. Notwithstanding the human carnage around us, I have to ask, who died and left you a leader?
This isn't about leaders, Chanteloup.
I believe it is. In this obvious and even trite existential dilemma, we have only ourselves to depend on. And therefore, let us depend on the best among us. Me.
Mr. Chanteloup is right. We need leadership.
Thank you, Reverend.
But that leadership must come from God. As it happens, I am filled with His Spirit. Therefore, let us gather together every bit of food and water, and I will take it to Him as an offering right now.
Sorry, Reverend. What little food we have is getting split evenly.
How insipidly democratic.
What do you care, Chanteloup? You're a cripple. Most of your flesh is not only weak, it's gone.
Please, all of you, there's no need to argue.
Who are you?
My name is Dr. Lamarck, and I am a botanical scientist. This is my assistant, Rita.
Please, everyone, we should be thankful. It's so peaceful and green here. I mean, apart from the plane wreck and the blood and stuff, if we could just engage each other cooperatively.
Rita's right. We should be thankful. We are in the midst of plenty. The vegetation around us sustains a vast array of life, and it can sustain us. For example, the fruit in Rita's hand...
Give me that, I'm starving.
As I was saying, the fruit in Rita's hand, which the Reverend has just devoured, is poisonous. But there are plenty of other edible plants and roots.
The fruit was poisonous?
Yes.
But it tasted fine.
I'm sure it did.
So then it can't be that poisonous, can it?
On the contrary, it's one of the most poisonous plants in the natural world.
Jesus in heaven, I've partaken of the fruit of evil!
We'll see you get the Christian burial, Reverend.
Reverend, stay calm. Dr. Lamarck, what can we do?
Not much, I'm afraid, Miss Barnes. The poison circulates very rapidly. In the first few seconds, as capillaries burst throughout the body, the typical victim will begin to notice...
My ears are on fire!
The sensation is somewhat akin to being burned or flayed alive. 90% of victims drop dead at this point.
Wait, I feel better.
Those are the lucky ones. The remaining few appear to improve slightly. That is, of course, until the poison enters their central nervous system.
Did someone just break wind?
Causing them to lose control of their bodily functions. As their lungs deflate, they begin to wheeze and regurgitate. Teeth, hair, toenails fall out. Finally, the body begins to rapidly dehydrate and shrink, while the facial and brain tissues swell to roughly twice their normal size. The victim is reduced to only being able to make gurgling noises, not unlike a newborn infant.
Gosh, Miss Barnes, I know the Reverend is dying, but he's just so adorable.
Quiet, Patty. I hear something over there in the brush. Holy moly, it's a wild boar! Everybody stand back!
Marie!
Yes, Monsieur Chanteloup.
Quickly carry me into the bush.
What do I look like? A man?
All right, then roll me.
Oh, Miss Barnes, the poor baby. I mean the poor Reverend. The wild boar is perched directly over him.
Rita!
Yes, Dr. Lamarck?
Look at what's happening!
Yeah. Wow. Oh, that's really weird. The wild boar is suckling the Reverend.
Yes, remarkable!
It's so precious. It's like the circle of life or something.
And as he sucks, his swelling goes down. I suspect the boar's milk contains a natural antidote to the poison.
Wait a minute. The Reverend is going to be saved from death through the contrivance of being suckled by a wild boar? This is even more ridiculous than it appears to be.
And why is that, Monsieur Chanteloup?
Because wild boars are male.
True, but in extreme instances, pigs, like certain other forms of life, can actually change their sexual characteristics, as I'm sure you're aware of, Monsieur Chanteloup.
He'd better be. Who do you think pays for my rouge? This just into WHVW News. An airplane bound for an international science symposium is reported missing somewhere in the Northwest wilds. Among those on board, the renowned natural scientist Antoine Lamarck.
There you are, Rita. Aren't you cold away from the fire?
Oh, hi, Dr. Lamarck. I was just listening to the night sounds. I think we disturbed them.
Who?
The animals, the trees. There was all this oil oozing out of the plane engine before, and this doe came by and slipped in it. And then it couldn't get up. It was like caught in all this sludge.
Did it suffocate?
No, the Reverend Boyer rinsed it off and fed it to the boar. He said it was a sacrifice. I think that poison affected his brain.
Unfortunately, a regression to pagan ritual and superstition is predictable given our primitive circumstances.
I just hate to see nature spoiled by our presence.
Rita, as far as nature's concerned, there's no difference between an ocean and a desert, or a dump for that matter.
You don't believe that.
To believe anything else is to cease being a scientist.
So nothing here is beautiful to you?
On the contrary, I find nature very enticing, but that's my own personal conceit.
Well, it's mine too, Doctor. I want to be part of nature, to really connect with it, you know?
What are you doing?
It's just a blouse, Dr. Lamarck. It's all ripped and falling away.
Oh, my.
You see, the reason I really came out here is that I had this urge to free myself from every physical remnant of our whole human oozing mess. And dance just like this under the moonlight in the lap of nature.
Oh my, oh my, oh my!
Everything okay, Doctor?
Fine, just fine. Where were we?
We were just having a little intellectual exchange about nature and oozing human messes.
Oh, yes, quite.
Gosh, Miss Barnes, I was so happy when I found this radio, but I don't think it works.
Keep trying, Patty.
Maybe Mr. Tollman knows how to fix it.
Well, what do you say, Tollman? You've been building that makeshift hammock for the last half hour. Care to make yourself useful?
I'm afraid I don't know the first thing about radio electronics, Miss Barnes.
You only know about beds.
Then again, that's not a radio, it's a transmitter. And it's working fine.
It's sending out a signal?
Oh, Miss Barnes, does that mean we're going to get rescued?
Oh, I guess so.
Oh, well, does that mean we're not getting any dairy slurps?
Hold on, Patty. Where did you find this transmitter? On the plane?
No, Miss Barnes, in the middle of the woods.
The middle of the woods? Well, it looks like somebody's getting rescued. The question is, what do they plan to do with the rest of us?
All right, group. As we stand here at the edge of this ravine, I want to say first that you have made a wise decision. You have chosen to follow me, Monsieur Chantelouve, out of this wilderness, instead of the ridiculous reverend over there with his filthy pig.
Repent, you followers of man! The Supreme Boar hears all!
Does he now? Well then, Reverend, let him hear this. Bacon.
Now you've done it, Chantelouve. You've upset the Supreme Boar. Pray that one day you will not need nourishment from his miraculous and holy teats.
I'd sooner suck a leper's lesions. All right, Marie. My trusted servant has scouted out our position very carefully. To our right, this way, is a mountain. We could try to scale it, but my lungs have been previously crushed by several large boats.
Actually, it's more like a steep hill, but I'm the one who has to carry you, and I'm no Sherpas.
To our left are raging rapids.
Not exactly, but it is a very nasty stream with all that slimy algae on the rocks.
Behind us is a swamp with large snakes.
To me, any size snake is large, speaking non-metaphorically, of course.
And so, that leaves the ravine in front of us. According to Marie, it spans 12 feet to the other side with a drop of some 70 feet to large, jagged rocks below.
Now, as anyone who knows virtually every existent fact could tell you, the current 1932 world record for the long jump is 23 feet, 11 inches. Therefore, the distances we are faced with is 1 inch further than man has ever leapt before.
Monsieur Chantelouve?
Now, Marie, we have an existential dilemma before us. Come, don't be shy. Who will be the first to make the...
Oh, my God! Out of my way! I'm jumping! I'm jumping! Ah!
Excellent! Well, our first contestant apparently did not reach the other side. The man, whoever he was, let us call him K, has succeeded in becoming authentic. He made one minor mistake mentioning God, but...
Monsieur Chanteloup.
What is it, Marie?
We are being approached on 3 sides by masked men in black, carrying various deadly weapons.
Well, this certainly adds to our existential dilemma.
What do we do?
Oh, what do you suppose we should do? Call for the pig! Sorry!
We will return to episode 8 of the Specter, Forest for the Trees, after these commercial announcements.
And now, we're going to have a little fun tonight, folks, with the Rinso family quiz. First, we're going to take the father of our family, Mr. George McDonald. Now, Mr. McDonald, do you ever do the dishes for your wife?
I should say not.
You mean you don't care if her hands get all rough and red from dishwashing?
Sure I care, but her hands don't get that way because she uses Rinso.
Oh, she does. Then perhaps you can tell how much it costs per day to use Rinso for dishes.
I say less than a cent a day.
And you're absolutely right. And every man values the appearance of his wife's hands at more than that. That's another reason why the new 1940 top-speed Rinso should always be used for dishes, as well as this week's wash.
We now return for the final portion of The Specter, Episode 8, Forest for the Trees.
The survivors of the plane wreck, have they all been rounded up?
Well, there's still a few more out in the bushes somewhere, but we got the doctor. And we also got his lovely assistant.
Good. Bring them over.
Where are you leading us?
Ow, you're hurting my arm.
Take your hands off her. What's the meaning of this?
You have something we want, Doctor. We worked very hard to get you here.
You're the ones who caused the plane to go down. How could you have calculated that we would survive?
Oh, we did our research, used science. Of course, not nearly as sophisticated as what you do, Dr. Lamarck. Now, where is your formula?
You think I'm fool enough to carry it on my person?
I hope so. Otherwise, this lovely young lady is going to die.
Dr. Lamarck, don't give it to them.
Well, Doctor, what do you say? All right. Kill her. Use the knife.
Wait! Here it is, in this capsule.
Hand it over. Small enough to be swallowed. Very clever. I don't believe we would have thought to cut you open. Well, so long, Doctor.
Oh, Dr. Lamarck, you shouldn't have done it. Like, not for me.
Why not for you?
But they have the formula now. What does it mean?
It doesn't matter, Rita. After all, what difference is there between an ocean and a desert?
This now from WHVW News. Renowned scientist Antoine Lamarck and a small band of plane crash survivors are safe this morning after traveling 200 miles through the Northwest wilderness. One of the other survivors was the Reverend Boyer, who broadcasts the Christian Thoughts radio program on this station. We have him in a special link-up. Reverend Boyer, are you with us?
Good morning.
Can you tell us about your ordeal?
Yes. I and my fellow survivors walked into a food stop at approximately 2:30 this morning. The restroom was a pigsty.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Why? There's nothing wrong with pigsties. Jesus was born in a manger, and some believe that on that same night, a pig was also born. And as Jesus grew and did good works, so did the pig. And when the time came for Jesus to suffer and die for our sins, the pig suffered and died too. But whereas Jesus rose on the 3rd day and ascended into heaven, the pig was ruthlessly carved up, eaten and digested by human beings. And to this day, we eat ham on Easter. No more! I have wandered in the wilderness. I have struggled with God and the devil. And this is my message. If you want to eat animals on Easter, eat the rabbits.
Did you introduce the bacteria into the Petri dishes?
This is the last one.
All right, your work is done. You can go. Hey, I didn't say to turn off the lights.
So what's the experiment tonight, Rita?
Who's there?
Natural science. It's an interesting field. You can really change the world. Sometimes you don't even need to make a discovery. You can just steal someone else's.
What kind of trick is this? Your voice is right in front of me, but I don't see anything.
Well, I hope you don't expect me to give away my secrets, Rita. How much did you get for the doctors?
I didn't do it for the money. A discovery like Dr. Lamarck's is too powerful to be in only one set of hands.
If his formula is that much of a danger, why didn't you destroy it?
Somebody else would have discovered it sooner or later.
Just not you.
You think I'm envious?
I think you're a lot of things. None of them very good.
Leave me alone! Get away from me!
Oh, but I've got an experiment for you, Rita. It involves taking a subject and peeling away the layers of her mind.
No, stop! I did it for the good!
The deception.
We destroy everything we touch.
The excuses.
I hate us! I hate us!
Ah, the truth.
I'm warning you. The bacteria in this dish... Oh, no! I spilled it on myself! Help me! Where are you? Where are you?
Well, Miss Barnes, even though we almost died in the wilderness, I still like coming to the park to have lunch. You don't think there's any wild boars around here, do you?
No, Patty. Watch out for the domestic ones, though.
Oh.
Afternoon, ladies.
Oh, hi, Mr. Tollman.
What's with the bagged lunch, Tollman? Your annuities not rolling over fast enough?
Just trying to live a little more simply.
You were a regular Thoreau in the woods there. When you weren't unconscious, you were sleeping. Or just plain missing when those masked gunmen showed up to grab Dr. Lamarck's formula.
I wonder what the formula is.
Well, it's been nothing but deadly so far. The doctor's assistant, Rita, turned up cold last night.
That reminds me.
What? You're taking vitamin capsules, too?
Well, I've found you can't leave everything to nature, Miss Barnes.
Citizens of our great nation, The Specter was produced by High Window Radio Theater and featured Krista O'Neill, Amy Byrne, Victor Small, Renee DiPietro, Reed Buderis, Anthony Soccato, Debbie and Anthony Puccio, Stephen Brinkerhoff, and yours truly, Brett Owen. The Specter was created and written by Joe Doran. Until next time, may your conscience never fail.